So we've decided to head straight up into the Citadel this morning. It is quite a little steep hike up here, but you've got great views of the port and the sea behind us, and hopefully we'll be able to get up and into this town. Citadel town, I guess?
I think it's a Citadel town, yeah. But it is really high up, isn't it? And the coastline you can see from here is spectacular. It's starting to warm up as well. It was a bit chilly early on.
Yeah, it's been quite windy the past whole week we've been in Corsica, but hopefully today will be a bit warmer than it was, but I do have three jackets on. But look at that.
Yeah, it is super clean here and in great condition, isn't it?
Oh look, there's the tourist train. Sean, let's go on that.
Tourist season has started.
Are they all wearing the same yellow scarf? Is that just me?
No, they are. So from down at the port, it doesn't actually look that big up here, does it?
No, it doesn't at all.
And we were wondering why there were so few restaurants down below. But once you get up here, it's absolutely huge, and it's just like a labyrinth of these little passages and
a little
streets.
maze, isn't it?
And there's tons of restaurants and shops up here, and I think you could get lost up here all day. It's a fascinating little place.
It is. There's a lot of history here, and there's a lot of work going on. I know we've said that a few times on this trip, but you can hear it in the background. There's chainsaws, and I don't think that season starts maybe until May, and we're here in April, because there's a lot of places still absolutely closed up, and it looks like they've been closed for the entire season. But it's perfect for us because we've got the place to ourselves yet again. So I think we'll head towards the steps now, the very famous steps.
Okay, I think they're about that way actually. Is it obligatory or?
It's obligatory.
It's obligatory. Right, we're here at Aragon steps, and we've taken a step towards an unexpected safety feature. We're having to wear hard hats for this one. It is an obligatory requirement.
Goodness me, they're steep.
Do you think your hat was sufficiently sanitised, Deb?
Nope, I'm not trying not to think about it.
They are steep,
They're
though, aren't they?
really steep. Whoa, and uneven as well.
I thought we were having a day off from the hats today.
This is hilarious.
If we turn the corner and there's like 50 people not wearing hats, it was just some sort of trick on us. So, according to its legend, the King of Aragon stairway in Bonifacio is classified as a historical monument and a picturesque site of Corsica. It was dug by hand in the limestone cliff in one night by the troops of the King of Aragon in 1420. In reality, it is to access the Saint Bartholomew well, a freshwater well, that the staircase was actually dug. Composed of 189 steps, each as irregular as the next, it is as you descend them that you might be amazed by the set of incredible views over the sea. So the tickets were €5 each to walk down them steps, but you do get this cliff walk as well, which is pretty impressive.
I think you're all right.
Yeah, it is quite abrasive though.
It is, yeah, it's limestone.
No.
I, on the other hand, have ample room. You're not that tall, you don't have to duck that much.
Look, it is. Look. Yeah, that is impact there.
And that is the end of the road, or the end of the cliff walk. Nothing else to say?
No, we just turn around and go back up the steps.
So this is the view from the end of the cliff walk. It's got some great views of the limestone cliff edge. So this, the strait that kind of sticks out of Bonifacio is like 1.5 kilometres long of these cliffs.
Oh, okay. It's actually it's a big citadel up there, isn't it? There's a lot, there's actually people living there as well today.
There is a road to the top, so you can ride up there, which we might do tomorrow before we leave.
Yeah, that's a good idea, isn't it? One last look at it. So look, there's lots of little islands out there too. It might be worth taking a little boat trip out later on today if we've got time.
Yeah, sounds like a good idea. Should we head back up the steps to Aragon?
Step back up those steps. It's 10 cents a step.
Is it worth the €5?
Well, there's not many other things here to see and support with, so yeah, it probably is.
I think it is too.
Yeah, we actually paid €6.50 and it included something else, which we need to go and find out what that is.
I think it's something to do with the the Citadel wall.
Oh, is it?
I
Okay,
think
well,
so.
if it includes that, then it's definitely worth it.
So we'll go and see if we can do that. I still haven't had coffee.
No, we haven't, have we?
We need to go and find coffee and then explore some more of the city, but we're back at the steps now. I think they're one of those things that's more impressive from the sea.
It probably is. I mean, it was quite a feat to dig those steps
Oh,
into
yeah.
the side there.
But I think from like a visual perspective, when you
Yeah.
can see that they're carved into the rock, at the moment you're just like in the rock walking down some steps.
Yeah.
But from the boat tour maybe,
Yeah, I guess
that'd
so,
be
yeah.
quite cool.
I mean, when you look at the rock that doesn't have any steps, it is quite an undertaking just to carve that into there.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm impressed by them.
Yeah. Come on, you. So we've come back into the little Citadel town and we're going to have a little wander through and hopefully find some coffee. So far when we've been walking through, there's been a lot of souvenir shops, a lot of little jewellery shops, quite a few clothes shops as well. Not a lot of the restaurants are open, but it's getting to lunchtime now, so hopefully more will be open so we can find some coffee. There wasn't too many options for coffee, but we did manage to find a spot called Café de Vistage. Sean is waiting patiently for his double espresso.
The sun's come out as well, it's gone nice and warm.
Yes, it has gone really warm. Here
Here
they
it comes.
are.
Rapid service. Merci beaucoup, monsieur.
Merci.
Parfait.
I think that one's mine.
You reckon?
Yeah.
I guess so. All right. It's a very late first coffee of the day, Em. Well, cheers.
I'm sorry.
You didn't wait for me.
That's how much I needed
That's
coffee.
how late they are.
Ooh, piping hot. Quite good on that.
It's not so bad. It's okay.
We are on the city walls now. This was included in the ticket that we bought to also do the stacks.
Yeah, apparently this is a 16th century stronghold. And for $6.50 for the two attractions, I think that's really good.
I think that's very reasonable actually.
Bearing in mind, Dubrovnik, I think, is about 20 euros just to walk around the walls.
Yeah. I can't see anything but wall at the moment. I think through this little go through here. Our first little viewpoint down onto the city. That's quite higgledy-piggledy, isn't it? That building with the blue shutters.
Quite a good view from the city walls. You get to see how big the city actually is. From down there, it doesn't look very big at all, but here it's quite grand. Just noticed down there, I think, is the ferry to Sardinia. It's only a small one, but I think they run quite regularly during the day. But we're not going to go to Sardinia on this trip. We're going to focus all our time on Corsica. But I think next time, we'll definitely come back and take this ferry over to Sardinia. We're about to head down into the lower levels. A 190,000 litre cistern has actually been dug into the rock, as you can see on the diagram. So let's head down there and see what we can see.
Is a cistern like a big well?
Well, no, a well is like where you draw water from, I think. Well, a cistern is where you store water.
Okay.
In case of like a siege or something.
Right.
Bonjour.
Bonjour. Bonjour.
I always have to be the first one to bonjour as well. Otherwise it'll be a silent pass. Well, this is quite impressive, isn't it?
Okay, we've got multiple rooms to explore down here. Should we
So
go?
I'm guessing these were actually full of water. Obviously they're
Right.
empty now, but you can
Ah,
go.
okay, and then they've turned it into like a mini museum.
So these two streets here, I think it's the Street of the Two Emperors. So apparently two historical figures resided in that street. Emperor Charles V in 1541 and the famous Napoleon Bonaparte in 1793. And there's an interesting fact there that when the city was originally built, there were only actually two levels. The bottom level they used for like trade and storage of goods and stuff. When they lived in the second level, but they would access it just with a small set of wooden stairs or ladders. And then at night they pull the ladders away, so they had extra security as well.
How gorgeous is this tree? This olive
It's
tree?
nice. It's olive, is it?
I think so.
Yeah, it looks like it. That must have been there for centuries.
Like, how is it on? We're not on the ground here.
No, we're not, we're quite high above. I must have put a bit of soil there and it's
I'm
taken.
confused.
Tried to grow that at home, it'd be dead within a few weeks.
That's very true. I think now we should head back down, do you?
Well, back down to the port area.
Walk back down to the port and hopefully see if we can find ourselves a little boat tour.
Yeah, the weather looks perfect for it. The sea's a little bit calmer than it was the other day, so we should be all right.
This is one of the walks you can do along the cliff as well. These incredible views of the limestone cliffs. Looking very pensive there, Sean.
A bit like Dover, doesn't it?
It does look a little bit like Dover, yeah.
Should we go for a walk then?
Yeah.
Nice. I think we found Napoleon's house. It was just here, although I think according to that plaque there, January, February, he only lived here for 3 months in 1793. The system for the drawbridge is still intact. They've only got these huge wheels at the top with a pulley system, and there must have been some sort of counterweight, and they would roll all the way down there and close off the city. It's really good that they're still intact. This will be probably the main entrance that you'll come in if you walk up from the port area. We are done with the Citadel for today, and we might take a little wander up later on this afternoon, but we're going to get back down to the port area now and catch the boat, hopefully book a boat trip.
Yeah, that'll be really nice actually. I think we might just nip back to the hotel as well and get changed because I know how cold it gets at sea, and I'm thinking I might put a pair of pants on and some trainers on for that trip because it's a 2-hour boat tour, so it's quite a long time.
That is quite a long time, isn't it? And if the last time we went on a boat trip is anything to go by, you got rather wet by some spray, didn't you?
I did, so I think we'll grab some water as well. But this is the port area that we're heading down to now. This is the main staircase from the Citadel into the port. And there's loads of restaurants down here. I think in peak season, it's every single one is a restaurant.
Yeah, the whole front is occupied with different restaurants. It's mostly seafood, I think, though.
Yeah, as it should be.
As you would expect.
As you would expect,
from a coastal town. Down by the harbour area now, there is some lovely boats out here, isn't there? Some nice yachts. And I think where the tour boats are further down. As we mentioned last night, we're staying in this hotel just on the harbour. It was €65 per night. It was an absolute bargain, really. Again, that's good if you're travelling on the off-peak season, but quickly show you the bathroom there. But the best thing about it is the bedroom has this wonderful balcony.
It was pretty amazing last night when we rode in and could see it at night, but in the day it is another amazing view of the Citadel up there and the port. And I think you can just about see over there our boat, which we'll be taking a tour on.
Which one? The red one, is it?
A red one, I think, yeah.
The red one over there? Oh, yeah. I'm taking that one in an hour or so. Em's gone to get us a couple of bottles of water for the boat. I've just gone and got the tickets. We went for circuit number 2, which is going to depart here and take us all the way around these islands and then back again. Should take us about an hour and a half return journey, and I think that's our boat just over there. Hopefully the one that's not so crowded. And we're off, Em.
We are on the boat tour that lasts around an hour and a half to see some of the shoreline around Bonifacio. And it's a little bit choppy.
Nope, and there's your first bit of spray. I think it's quite shallow here. I can hear
really
it scraping
shallow
on the floor. But look at the colour of the water.
We're just leaving the first cove, you can see behind us. And then to this way we have more of the walls around the Bonifacio coastline. I didn't realise it extended so long, did you?
No, I think there's a bit of a lighthouse this way, isn't it? They've got a bit of a walkway to it as well.
We're fast approaching another cove up here. There seems to be so many along this shoreline.
Just going past Aragon's stairwell that we walked up early on today. You can see it is in a natural fault line. There was one just early up. But look at the village there, just sitting on the cliff edge there. They look like they're about to fall in, don't they?
They really do. It's such a good view from the sea, isn't it? To really see how close they are to the edge.
Look at those ones that have filled in the gap just there. See the little birds on the cliff edge, Em? I think they're the ones that dive underwater. The black ones. There's not too many beaches near the main town here, but on this island there's absolutely beautiful beaches, isn't there? Look at those white sands and that turquoise water.
And these little rocks look like animals.
They are very unique, these rock formations, though. You have to be careful when you're driving the boat through here.
You can see where the shelf drops off, can't you? Quite steeply. And then can you see over here, Sean, as well? There's a blue, dark blue section, and then a very, very light blue section.
Oh, you're just in the middle.
Just in the middle.
And if you look on the horizon, Em, that must be Sardinia. It really is pretty close, isn't it?
It is. I think we should do a Sardinia tour next.
I think so too. I mean, Corsica was spectacular, so Sardinia should be pretty good too. We're heading back around the islands now. We're probably on the way back to the town, I think. I mean, we're still quite far out though.
Yeah, we've been on the boat for around 45 minutes, and we still have another 45 minutes, so it's probably about time that it turned back. But if you're wondering the cost of this, it was €40 per person to take the boat for an hour and a half, and it's packed on here.
Yeah, it's busy and it's even the off season, so I think they run about 6 or 7 times a day anyway, so you've got a good chance of getting on one of them anyway.
But it's definitely the best way to see Bonifacio from the sea. It's got such a better impression, you know, when you're looking at it on that sheer limestone.
See it from the outside, yeah. And this is a nice little bonus as well.
So we've taken shelter inside the boat because the biggest wave came and drenched me and 3 other girls. So we've come inside and we're literally making our way back to Bonifacio now, and we're on the other side of the boat, so we should get one last glimpse of the cliffs and the town on the top. But it's been a great hour and a half little journey on this boat. I'd highly recommend doing it if you're in Bonifacio. I'm not good on boats.
You're not faring very well here, Em.
He's got like warp factor on the way back.
Just pulling back into the harbour now, so I think that's our boat ride done. But that was a really nice experience. That we got to see a lot of those awesome rock formations, and it was really good to see the city from outside, from the sea. It looks absolutely spectacular. So yeah, definitely recommend taking a little boat trip out if you're staying here. It's 8 o'clock in the evening now, the sun's gone down and there's a lovely light on the city. So we thought we'd head back up to the Citadel one last time, see if we can get a drink up there.
Hopefully catch the last of the daylight and the sun as it sinks into the sea. And yeah, as you said, grab a drink because we found it a little bit hard for coffees and drinks today. We've been in and out of the supermarket and then we were on the boat for a while. So maybe we can find a nice place up the top, we'll see. But we'll show you along the way some of the restaurants that the town has to offer and the port has to offer. But yeah, just basically soaking it all up.
I think it's just around this corner.
Closed. Oh, the sky is stunning. Closed. Closed. I don't think we're going to have much luck. Is there anywhere open down here?
There's another bar here. Yeah, that's closed too.
Oh, there's one open. Finally, a place to have a drink. You have gone for the local beer again, haven't you?
Yeah, I quite like in the Corsican beer actually.
I think the chestnut one from the other day was your favourite, the darker one.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. It's €9 for 50 centimetres.
Basically a pint.
Yeah.
That's quite steep actually, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not cheap here. We're in a place called Cantina, right in the centre of the old town. And there's lots of bikes browsing through, which we are not against at all. We're just going to have a drink here and then head back down to the port and maybe find ourselves a cheeky pizza at the evening.
Yeah, there's a little rough pizza shop round the corner from where we're staying, so we might grab one there and take it back down to the port. I think that's a good idea.
I think that's a great end to today.
This little bar here is actually full of character.
Yeah.
It's like it's won lots of awards, but
It has. Inside it's got loads of old pictures of Corsica. It's got like, I can show you later, like maps and other old things. And these are everywhere in France. So they're kind of like a badge of honour.
Oh, okay.
So cheers anyway.
Yeah,
it's a great day.
One last meal before we go to bed. Having a pizza here. There's got a great wood fire oven here. It looks really nice little restaurant just on the harbour. So going to tuck into this. And I think, Em, you've ordered gnocchi.
Like Sean said, I got the gnocchi in arrabbiata sauce, so it should be a little bit spicy. It's delicious and super fresh. You can tell they make these here.
And just like that, we're back to the exact same place we were last night when we rolled up here. But it has been a great day in Bonifacio. It's been really nice to explore the city. The boat trip was really, really cool. And yeah, we've actually been sad to leave this place tomorrow, but tomorrow will be the final leg of our journey as we head north again. And we're heading to the town of Aragon, where we'll be catching the ferry the following day out of there. But tomorrow we have one awesome ride planned. We've got lots of twisties again. I think we've got about 4.5 hours of riding as well. So it'll probably take the whole day. And then when we get to Aragon, I think we're just going to drop our bags off and we might even head a little bit further north and then return back south again. But first of all, we've got to put all this away, get things on charge ready for tomorrow, and then we're ready to go early in the morning.
Yeah, it has been an awesome time, but now we have to do the packing up bit and the sleeping bit ready to head on to Ajaccio, the capital of Corsica, tomorrow morning.